You're walking through a crowded street and someone brushes past you. Their eyes linger a moment too long, their smile a little too sharp. You feel it, a tug at your gut, a warning you can't name. We've all met people like this, haven't we? The ones who leave you drained, doubting yourself, or chasing shadows of who you thought you were. Carl Jung, the man who mapped the wilderness of the human soul, saw these figures clearly. He didn't just describe them, he warned us about them. 8 types of people, each one a thief of your peace, your purpose, your very sense of self. Why does it matter? Because these aren't just strangers on the street. They're in your life, right now, shaping how you think, how you feel, how you live. And if you don't see them for what they are, they'll carve away at you until there's nothing left. Picture a man standing at a crossroads. The sun is setting, and the paths before him twist into the unknown. Each one is marked by a figure beckoning him forward, a friend, a mentor, a lover, maybe even a version of himself. Jung believed we're all that man every day, choosing who to follow, who to trust. But some of those figures aren't leading you to freedom. They're leading you to a cage. Let's meet them, these 8 dangerous types, and uncover what they do to you, to us, to the world we're trying to navigate. First, there's the shadow puppeteer. This is the person who pulls at your darkest threads, the ones you hide even from yourself. They see your anger, your envy, your shame, and they coax it out, not to heal you, but to control you. Jung said the shadow is part of us all, but the puppeteer weaponizes it. They might be the colleague who nudges you toward resentment, whispering about how you're overlooked, or the friend who eggs you on when you're furious, knowing it'll burn you up inside. They thrive on your chaos because it keeps you weak, dependent, tethered to their influence. Why do we fall for them? Because they feel like they know us, the parts we're too scared to face. But here's the truth. They don't want you to face your shadow. They want you to drown in it. Think of Macbeth, goaded by ambition and Lady Macbeth's cunning spiraling into a bloodshed he couldn't escape. The puppeteer doesn't force you. They just light the match and watch you burn. What does this do to you? It traps you in a cycle of self-destruction, where every choice feels like a reaction, not a decision. And society, it loves this. A world of men raging against each other, too busy fighting their shadows to question the systems keeping them down. So how do you break free? You face the shadow yourself. Look at the parts of you that scare you, your jealousy, your pride, your fear of failure, and own them. Not to indulge them, but to understand them. Journal, reflect, ask yourself what drives your worst impulses. The puppeteer has no power when you hold the strings. Who are you letting pull your threads right now? What part of you are they feeding? Next, meet the masked charmer. This is the person who seems perfect, charismatic, confident, everything you aspire to be. But Jung warned that their charm is a mask, hiding emptiness or manipulation. They're the leader who promises you greatness, but demands your loyalty, or the friend who dazzles you with their life, while subtly making you feel small. They're Iago from Othello, all honeyed words and hidden knives, turning your trust into a weapon against you. The charmer's danger is in their seduction. They make you want to be like them, to chase their approval, but the closer you get, the more you lose yourself. You start molding your thoughts, your dreams, to fit their image. And society fuels this, doesn't it? We're bombarded with images of successful men, sleek, powerful, untouchable, pushing us to emulate masks that don't even exist. To escape, you must see the mask for what it is. Question their motives. Do they lift you up or keep you chasing? Step back and rediscover what you value, not what they project. Maybe it's writing that novel you've shelved, or rebuilding a bond with your brother. Ground yourself in what's real, not their illusion. Who in your life dazzles you a little too much? What are you sacrificing to keep up with them? Then there's the dream thief. This person doesn't attack you outright. They erode you slowly. They're the ones who dismiss your ambitions, who say, "That's not realistic," or "Why bother?" Jung saw them as projections of our own doubts, but they're more than that. They're saboteurs of your potential. They might be the parent who wants you safe in a soul-crushing job, or the buddy who mocks your attempts to change. Think of Willy Loman in Death of a Salesman, crushed by a world that told him his dreams were too big, too foolish. The dream thief's power lies in familiarity. They know you, your weaknesses, your fears, and they use them to keep you small. Why? Because your growth threatens their comfort, and society leans into this, rewarding conformity over courage, telling men to man up and stick to the script. To fight back, you protect your vision. Write down your goals, no matter how wild, and guard them like treasure. Surround yourself with men who fuel your fire, not douse it. Take one step toward your dream today. Sign up for that course, sketch that idea, run that mile. Every step is a rebellion against the thief. What dream have you let someone steal? What's one move you could make to take it back? Now the soul leech. This is the person who feeds on your energy, your empathy, your time. Jung called them psychic vampires, draining you to fill their own voids. They're the friend who's always in crisis, needing your advice but never changing, or the partner who guilts you into carrying their burdens. They're Dostoevsky's Raskolnikov, tormented and pulling others into his misery. Their danger is in their subtlety. You want to help, to be the good guy, but each interaction leaves you hollow. Society glorifies this sacrifice, especially for men. Be the provider, the rock, the fixer, but at what cost? Your strength, your joy, your ability to live for yourself. To break free, set boundaries. Practice saying no, not out of cruelty, but self-preservation. Redirect your energy to what fills you, your craft, your health, your purpose. You're not here to save everyone, you're here to live. Who's draining you right now? What would happen if you put yourself first, just once? The fifth is the false mirror. This person reflects a distorted version of you, amplifying your flaws or projecting their own onto you. Jung said they're often close, family, partners, old friends, who see you not as you are, but as they need you to be. They're the father who calls you weak, the friend who jokes about your failures, shaping how you see yourself. Think of Hamlet, haunted by his father's ghost, wrestling with a reflection that wasn't his truth. Their power is in repetition. You hear their version of you so often, you start believing it. Society reinforces this with its rigid molds of what a man should be: stoic, dominant, flawless. But you're more than their mirror. To escape, seek truer reflections. Find men who see your strengths, who challenge you to grow, not shrink. Reflect on your own worth. What have you overcome? What do you create? Stand in that truth, and their distortions will fade. Who's holding up a false mirror to you? What would you see if you looked beyond it? The sixth is the chain binder. This is the person who anchors you to your past, refusing to let you grow beyond who you once were. They're the old friend who reminisces about your wild youth, nudging you back into reckless habits, or the mentor who insists you're still the rookie they once knew, dismissing your progress. Jung saw them as projections of our resistance to change, but they're more. They're wardens of stagnation. They cling to the version of you that suits them, like Odysseus tied to the mast, unable to sail toward his true destiny. Their danger lies in their nostalgia, a seductive trap that feels like loyalty but locks you in a cycle of repetition. Society reinforces this, urging men to stay true to old roles: party guy, loyal son, eternal underdog, ignoring who you're becoming. To break free, you must cut the anchor. Acknowledge the past, but don't live in it. Reflect on who you are now, your strengths, your ambitions, and seek those who see that man. Take bold steps toward your future. Start that business, move to that city, or simply say, "That's not me anymore." Who's chaining you to an old version of yourself? What would you become if you broke free? The seventh is the echo weaver. This person amplifies your doubts, spinning a web of half-truths that make you question your reality. They're the colleague who plants seeds of mistrust. Are you sure the boss respects you? Or the sibling who subtly undermines your choices, leaving you second-guessing. Jung might call them agents of the collective unconscious, stirring confusion to keep you off balance. They're like Gatsby, chasing a distorted dream fed by others' voices, never grounding himself in truth. Their power is in their ambiguity. They don't attack directly, but leave you tangled in uncertainty. Society fuels this, with its noise of opinions and expectations, drowning out a man's inner compass. To escape, trust your own voice. Ground yourself in facts. Write down your achievements, your values, your goals. Seek clarity through solitude or honest allies who speak plainly. When doubt creeps in, ask, "Is this my truth or theirs?" Then act on what you know is real. Who's weaving echoes in your mind? What would you do if you trusted yourself completely? Finally, the tyrant within. This isn't a person out there. It's the voice in your head, born from all the others, that Jung said we must confront. It's the part of you that demands perfection, that tells you you're not enough, strong enough, rich enough, good enough. It's Achilles, driven by pride to his doom, unable to escape his own demands. The tyrant's danger is its intimacy. It knows your every fear, every failure, and it uses them to keep you paralyzed. Society feeds it with its endless comparisons, its pressure to win at life. But the tyrant isn't your truth, it's your prison. To overthrow it, practice self-compassion. Speak to yourself as you would a brother, kindly, firmly, with belief in your worth. Challenge the tyrant's lies with evidence of your growth. You've survived every hard day, haven't you? That's strength. What does your tyrant say about you? What would change if you stopped listening? These 8: puppeteer, charmer, thief, leech, mirror, chainbinder, echo weaver, tyrant. They're not just people. They're forces, patterns, traps. Jung saw them as archetypes, universal shadows we all face. They shape our world too. A society of men chasing masks, abandoning dreams, or draining each other is a society that stagnates, that forgets what it means to be alive. Lao Tzu said, "To know others is wisdom, to know yourself is enlightenment." To avoid these dangers, you must know both them and you. But knowing isn't enough. You have to act. Imagine yourself a year from now, free from these thieves of your soul. You're clearer, stronger, living for you. That's not a fantasy, it's a choice. Start today. Face your shadow, question the charmers, guard your dreams, set your boundaries, seek true mirrors, silence the tyrant. Each step is a declaration, I am enough. You're back at that crossroads now, the sun dipping below the horizon. The figures are still there, calling your name, but you see them clearly now. You know their tricks, their masks, their lies, and you know something else. You don't have to follow them. The path to freedom is yours to choose, and it starts with a single step. Not tomorrow, not when you're ready, right now. You're not just a man navigating a crowded street, dodging dangers. You're a force, a soul, a story still being written. Don't let these 8 write it for you. Take the pen, face them, defy them, and build a life that's yours. Raw, real, unbroken. What's stopping you? The world is waiting for the man you're meant to become. Step into him today.